This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 12. In this episode, Christine throws a party, Janelle and Cody get awkward in her new apartment, and Mary turns her life into a tree metaphor. Oh, and Janelle uses the term poop in a group, and no one knows what that means, like at all. I've looked it up. I mean, what does that mean? First, Christine is having a 50s birthday party for her 50th birthday. There is a food truck. So many kids showed up to celebrate. We see Aspen, Peyton, Garrison, Gabriel, Savannah, Mykelti, Isabel. Truly, Christine loves being single and admits to dating, but for quote-unquote fun. Janelle supports Christine dating. She knows that Christine has been looking for a good partner for so long, and Cody just wasn't fulfilling that at all. I mean, at all. No, now hold the phone, because we learned that Mykelti told Robin and Cody first about the fact that she was pregnant with twins because she needed help, apparently, whatever that means. I think we all collectively cringed inside at the screen when she said that. Telling Robin before your mom, Mykelti, really? Robin says that she's happy or honored that she told her first and tries to act like it's no big deal. And Christine is taking it like a champ. She doesn't seem that bitter about it. She says she understands and says this is Mykelti's life. But it's weird. It's really weird. And then there's a segment on the show where they all kind of wonder what would have happened if they did move back to Utah. Where would they be today? And Cody doesn't think that it would have made a difference. Robin says sometimes she thinks maybe if they would have built faster on the land or moved to Utah, maybe things would have been different. But Janelle says Cody's preference for Robin would have still been there, and so it would have been the same outcome. Mykelti tells Janelle about the twins, and Janelle cries, and she doesn't cry a lot. It's Janelle. And she says, maybe now I need a house here or something. It's a sweet moment, and overall it's a cute party. Christine is beaming, and Christine wished for a romantic relationship when she blew out her candles, and it actually happened. So there's that. And Robin's bitter Betty, she wasn't invited, but I mean, come on. It's totally warranted why she wouldn't be invited here. So I don't know what she's even talking about. Janelle says this was the easiest party to go to. No politics, no waiting for people to arrive. And I'm wondering, who's she talking about? Is Robin always late or something to parties? Who is the late person? I feel like I want to know. Next, Mary is in Parowan, and Mary's friend Blair is an interior designer, and he's going to design the carriage house where her clothing business is going to live. Blair says that Mary has a heart of gold, and Mary has known him for about 5 years. They met online of all places. You'd think that Mary would have stopped meeting friends online. She says you have to be very careful with people you meet online. And she talks a little bit about her catfishing incident, but didn't go too much into detail there. And she says people in the family have their own opinions, but what happened to her is her truth. So, seems like water under the bridge, but that was like a really big thing. Mary wants to have the option of bringing people into the carriage house like it's a store to try things on. She also wants an industrial vibe. Cody's visiting Janelle's new super nice apartment with the nice kitchen. Cody says that he's asked Janelle to reconcile, and she just said, not really. He thinks it's possible that he's excited for her not to want to reconcile, but he's not sure or doesn't want to say it on camera. Cody, however, did start to step up for Savannah. He says their relationship is sweet. And Janelle's like, when he walks through the door, her reaction is like, ugh, oh, he's here, better get up. She tells him this is probably the best place she's had in Flagstaff so far, and it looks really good. Cody then goes on a tangent about how his wives were always like, pick me, do something for me. He said it doesn't feel like he'll be living here with her and there's no room for him. And he says he doesn't even know why she's showing me this, except, oh yeah, our daughter lives here. So We learn that Janelle's new apartment is now bigger than the plans she has for her house on Coyote Pass, which they call a casita. It's like a garage with like a little apartment on top. They talk about how Cody thinks the casita should be bigger, but like, who else is shocked that she even wants to build anything on Coyote Pass? I mean, me? What? She's still building on Coyote Pass? She says that this will be her estate and that she has to show for something for all these years, but she has no idea if Cody will build, and she says there's a thing called a high fence that we can put in between. Imagine Cody and Robin's house and Janelle's house with a huge fence in between. Like, what a sad sight, honestly. And in the apartment, the whole situation is just awkward, and they quickly run out of things to talk about. They just say, like, that's cool, that's really cool. He talks about how the countertops look different, and Cody's like, I'm not even welcomed here, I think. Janelle's like, you know what? This apartment's dog friendly. I mean, I thought for sure they were going to switch to talking about the weather at one point. It was so painful. Cody says, I have a whole life outside of Janelle and Savannah, but I don't talk about that with them. Janelle says it went better than expected. No fireworks. They were all friendly. And Cody's still confused, like, why can't we reconcile? And he blames the fact that Janelle wants nothing to do with Robin and Mary. But there is no declaration of love, no real attempt. I mean, he's trying just as hard with Janelle as with Garrison and Gabriel. And that's not much, honestly. They can't even find topics to talk about for a couple minutes. I mean, code red over here. But Cody still says next week, I'm going to ask her to reconcile again. And maybe I'll get more serious. Okay, so Mary is still trying to figure things out with Cody. She still kind of seems confused or something. She knows there's no hope at this point. And she's in Parowan getting trees out of her yard that are threatening the house probably. And yes, the rest of the episode is partly Mary's confessional talking about something we've heard before. And then trees getting cut and put into like a cutting machine. Yes, really. And I thought I was losing my mind, but at the end of the episode, she recounts the story of their anniversary where he basically confirmed that he wants nothing to do with her. But she said it in a slightly different way. Why are they replaying this? What is happening? I thought I was losing it. Literally the same exact story. Do they not edit? Like, they probably thought to themselves, we're repeating this in 2 different episodes. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. She says that she wants to move forward and said, why don't we just be curious about each other? Like, Mary will not stop. When was this confessional filmed? Honestly. Why does she still want to be curious about anything? She knows what's going on. He said he didn't want to be curious. Anyways, there's no curiosity here. Let's move on from here. She's sad because she remembers the couples that they were. And Janelle and Christine validate this. And they do say that Mary and Cody were like an it couple. That's why Christine wanted to be in the family so bad. They were solid. She says that, now screw him. He's not worth it. And she says that with the trees gone, it's not as bad as she feared. And this, I guess, is a metaphor. Maybe without Cody, things won't be as she feared either. Like, that's kind of like how I interpreted that. But either way, I've been seeing it on Twitter, basically, like how people thought this episode was boring. They were bored to tears. I think this might be like, I don't know, like new viewers or something like that, because Sister Wives has always been like slightly mundane and boring, but it's kind of the beauty of it. Like, it's not like Real Housewives where they, it's like super action packed and stuff. And I actually don't mind it. The repeating of stories though, like, whoa, I draw the line. And like maybe the thing with the trees was too much this episode, but either way, this was Sister Wives season 18 episode 12. The title was, something about trees. But anyways, I'll be back next week with a new recap. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, guys.